Hello everyone. Today let us talk about four forces that are driving us literally. Those are Mano, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankar. Mano means mind, Buddhi means intellect, Chit means memory, Ahankara means ego. Mind, intellect, memory, ego. The key difference between humans and animals is that both humans and animals, they do their natural actions, sahaja karma. Like whenever they are hungry they eat, whenever they are thirsty they drink water, whenever they feel sleepy they go to sleep, their food gets digested, they produce babies. All these are common things between animals and humans. But the key difference between human and animal is that humans possess a key quality called intellectual ability. That is a God given ability where a human can differentiate between right and wrong. That is nothing but the buddhi. So now let us understand what these mano, buddhi, chitta, hankara. So even if you look at our scriptures and a lot of literature in spirituality, mind is discussed very holistically, but these are the key components actually. When they start using mind, that includes all four of them, but we need to understand what these four entities are. But for us, these are the four forces that are driving us literally. So what do we mean by driving us? So these are the forces that control us in terms of how we behave, how we talk, how we react to someone, how we handle the situation, things like that. Most of the time we are just like a puppet and do according to whatever these forces drive us to do. A lot of us will not concur to this, but we'll have to accept the fact that the reality is that these forces are driving us. So let us understand, let us do a deep dive on all these four, right? Let us start with memory, because the reason why we need to start with memory is that is the first one that gets activated after a child is born. Like once a child is born, that infant will not have any ego, that infant will not have an ability to differentiate right or wrong, no intellectual ability and no mind as well. But the memory may start growing at that point, because the minute the child is given to the mother, and slowly the child recognizes the mother, recognizes the father and grandparents and others. So that is where this mind starts developing during the childhood. The main objective is of this force is what? Of this entity is just to store all the memories. The memories can be good, bad, ugly, everything. But it will retain bad memories with a higher priority. Because, I mean, not necessarily, but if either any of these other entities asks for any of these old records, it will just quickly give. Because the reason is, if someone criticizes us for on our physical appearance or our status or our qualification or whatever, general tendency, human tendency is that we will always retain that criticism in our memory, and we will try to retaliate on that person whenever we get a chance. That is exactly what memory is doing. It is just retaining all these bad memories. Of course it keeps all good memories also, but bad memories always have higher priority and higher precedence. That is the key force of memory. Basically all it is doing is it is retrieving and giving it to other entities. Now let us talk about the second one, which is ego. Okay, the ego also, yes, for an infant there will not be an ego, but let us say that infant is now like a 5-year-old or 6-year-old. That infant has become a child, and now that kid has started going to school and all that. let us say the child is very good in academics or sports or some extracurricular activities. Let us say that child gets some distinction or recognition or things like that, and then at that point a feeling gets developed in the child which is nothing but ego, and that is kind of a feeling that okay, I'm better than others. That is at that point the child may not be aware of the word ego. We may not want to call it as ego, but that is kind of initial stages of ego. And as the child grows and as that person ages, ego will develop, more pride will develop. It could be based on the physical appearance, it could be based on the financial or educational status, or sometimes for no reason. This is the feeling this is the feeling that all humans possesses, and this particular force which is ego immediately wakes up or it gets alerted when someone criticizes us. This is exactly when this ego will just talk to memory and retrieves all the records. Let us say somebody criticizes us, it will go and retrieve them from the memory. Hey, did this person already criticize me already? Okay, let me add another record to it. So essentially what that is what ego is that is how ego is getting developed. So that is the second force. Now the other two key forces are mind and intellect. Okay, manas and buddhi. These two will grow as we age, even though these forces may not be very active during childhood, because of course during childhood all kids are taught by the parents what is right, what is wrong, and all that they are learning, but they will do whatever they want to do, and they will refrain from doing things that they are told not to do. But at the same time they do not know how to cheat, how to manipulate, how to lie and things like that. But that is when the mind also starts developing. That will start telling them, hey, you do this, that is okay, that is fine, that is nothing but mind. That is what it is developing when they are kids. And now as they age, this mind will grow, and intellect also will grow, but mind will always dominate, because intellect is kind of the force that has a good decision making capability. It tells what is right, what is wrong, but mind is always it always dominates by saying that it is okay, it is okay to do that, that is fine, nothing will happen. It will continue to convince us to do things that we are not supposed to do. So that is the key difference between mind and intellect. Good example is if somebody wants to do something regularly, it could be some exercise or something like that, walking or jogging or whatever. They know at their intellectual ability, they know that hey, if I do this, that is good for my health, and that is what my doctor suggested. But mind is the one, it will tell, hey, do we need to do that? Why can't we postpone it to the weekend, because all day we worked so hard, at work. Why can't we just relax and sit and watch TV? And that is how it will try to convince us, the mind, and we'll fall for that. And this mind is faster than sound or light. Okay, we can sit in one country, like for example you can sit in USA, and you can think about a place that you visited in India. You can think about you can think about your childhood. It keeps wandering continuously. We can compare this mind to a monkey or a toddler, because both monkey and toddler cannot keep quiet. They will always want to do something. They want to jump, they want to grab something, they want to put something in their mouth. Our mind is exactly like that. Even though we do our daily chores, like we could be working, we could be driving a car, we could be walking in a store, we could be sometimes watching TV. Even then, our mind keeps thinking about 100 different things. It continuously wanders from one topic to another endlessly. And with this current technological advancement in the current age, it keeps wandering based on the social media addiction and our behavior. It works non-stop. And even when we are sleeping, the same mind delivers dreams based on what or where it wandered when we were awake. So, and this mind, it works very closely with memory and ego, because mind is the one that alerts ego saying that, hey, this guy commented on you some time back. It retrieves old memories, and immediately mind is the one will tell that, oh, we need to retaliate, we need to comment on this person. That is exactly what mind does. And at the same time, intellect will continue to alert us, saying that, hey, this is not the right thing to do. What is the point of retaliating? Why can't we keep quiet? And all these three will gang up, mind, memory, and ego, and they will just suppress the intellect, and they'll dominate. So what is the purpose of this talk? What are we trying to do? I mean, the whole idea is, anytime we get any bad thoughts or emotions like anger, pride, jealousy, arrogance, trying to insult others, or if we want to brag or cheat, lie, any such emotions or thoughts that when we get, we should just take a step back for a moment and identify the reason for the behavior or the emotion. Then we'll have to identify, hey, which force is driving at that moment. Okay, we'll have to immediately identify, okay, mind is doing this, and it just retrieved something from my memory, and it alerted my ego. All three of them are driving me to do something bad. If we practice this, then we can identify clearly which force is controlling us, and we can change our behavior, attitude, emotion, and be in the righteous path. It's not easy. I mean, it's not a very easy task, because every time we respond to somebody, react to somebody, try to scold someone, it's not easy to take a step back, think about this, and act. Yes, initially it may be difficult, but eventually we will be able to achieve that. We will know which force is driving us, and we'll have to make sure that intellect is the one that is driving us, the buddhi. So even in Vedas, in our scriptures, we are told to pray to God to stimulate or illuminate our intellect or our buddhi. The more we stimulate our intellect, we become more matured and composed in any situation. And we have to sincerely thank the superpower, higher power, Lord, because we are the only living being that possess this quality called intellectual ability. So if you see in our scriptures, in Gayatri Mantra, they say Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. That means requesting Goddess Gayatri is to stimulate our buddhi or intellect. And people who pray to Lord Vishnu, they say Tanno Vishnu Prachodayat. We are requesting Lord Vishnu to stimulate our buddhi or intellect. People who pray to Lord Shiva, they say Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. We are requesting Lord Shiva to stimulate our buddhi and intellect. So this is the key to make sure to identify and recognize quickly what is the force that is driving us when we do anything, say anything, react to anything. Thank you.